Now that we are back from break, I would like to simply say, poor Tashi. That girl is emotionally scarred for life.
What should my punishment be?
Owen, from now on, you can only sleep with women you care about.
I like it.
No, that's not going to happen.
Owen!
No. Let me say this. Life has a way of evening things out.
Do tell.
In the years I left New York, I did not become a famous filmmaker. I became a production consultant traveling the country. I also gained a little bit of weight. I found myself in hotel rooms ordering porn off the TV set. Not the American dream.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Also, money was tight, so I was doing freelance producing gigs. And that's where I met Julie. Yeah, she was the dream. She was gorgeous. She looked like a prettier version of Gwyneth Paltrow with better curves. I was into it. She was a singer, and she was an amazing singer. She could do pop, rock, anything. It was all great. She took my breath away.
She was the total package.
Yes. Of anyone I ever met, she should have become a star.
Did you date her?
No. Her boyfriend got in the way of that.
Oh,
Yeah, they were in a band together, and they hired me to remix their songs. There was one problem. The songs sucked.
You said that to them?
No, just to Julie. She met with me the first day. I listened to 4 MP3s, and at the end of it, I told her, I don't think I can fix this. She looked like she was going to cry.
well, the truth hurts.
Where were you when I needed you? I was a lonely guy with a pretty girl asking me for help. I was stuck. I agreed to do 4 days of work with them for $1,000. We ended up working every weekend for the next year and a half.
Why did it take so long?
There was basic problems. Things like they didn't know how to write a song.
I guess that's a problem.
Yeah. Our workflow was I would sit there with my keyboard and guitar and play them riffs, and they would nod when they'd like something. As bad as that sounds, things started to come together. At the end of one of the sessions, Julie was all giddy and smiley, very hot, and she ran over and gave me this warm, passionate embrace.
Really?
Yeah. And it didn't stop there. She started calling me every night. First it was about the recording work. Then it got personal. She opened up her vulnerable side.
Oh.
She came from a broken home. She needed to take medication for OCD.
Of course she did.
An email came in one time. She sent me a picture of herself in a really low-cut dress saying, Owen, how would this be on the album cover? I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, but how did the boyfriend feel about all this?
I don't think he knew. He worked nights, and he had a heavy drug problem.
Owen, we're all friends here. I'm going to ask, did you try to steal her away?
No, I never even hinted at it.
But you guys were talking every night while the poor boyfriend was at his job.
Yeah, and she told me she wanted to break up with him. She called one night saying he'd spent all their money on oxys. She couldn't pay for her health care. She was scared she couldn't get her medication for OCD. No, stop.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at OCD.
I wrote a check for $1,500.
Owen, you didn't.
I did. She told me I was the nicest guy in the world.
Okay, I'm going to stop you here. You were doing free recording work and paying for health care. Did you ever think maybe you were getting played?
Maybe a little.
So did you do all that stuff because you thought maybe she would sleep with you?
No. I did all that stuff because I wanted her to be my girlfriend.
Aww.
And how did that work out for you?
Not well. Not well. After 18 months of work, the job was done. 4 songs complete. 2 days after I delivered the masters to them, she dumped the boyfriend.
Oh.
She called me up. I thought she was going to say, Owen, we can finally be together. That's not what happened. You know what she said?
What?
She said she needed $200 so she could go down to New York and market the songs. She knew a guy down there with industry contacts, and she was going to stay with him while she was in the city.
Stay with him.
This was a girl I had spoken to every day for the last year and a half. She used to hug me nonstop when we were together. She used to tickle my ears when I was at the mixing board. I'm not joking.
What?
And now she's heading off to be with another guy after I had put in all that time.
And money.
And
Yeah.
did you tell her off?
No, I gave her $200.
No.
She drove down to New York, smoked a ton of dope with the new guy, and then had lots of sex. The next day, the guy woke up and said, "Hey, baby, that was fun, but I'm not really looking for a relationship right now." And he walked her to the door. She was destroyed. She called me crying. She said she couldn't believe it. She needed to see me. She needed my support. And I said, no. I said, "Julie, you know how I feel about you." She was like, "What?" I said, "You knew that I had feelings for you. And then you took my money and got high and had sex with another guy." I said,
Ouch.
"Oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, but you're not coming here for me to hold your hand in the aftermath. That's not going to happen."
Wow.
She freaked out. She started screaming at me. She says, "Owen, how could you possibly think that I would be interested in you? You're overweight and depressed. You should be on medication." That's what she said to me.
Oh, no.
I was stunned, but I actually laughed. Here I was, in her eyes, a fat loser, but she needed my support. She needed to see me. And then look at it from my side. This girl was obviously a psycho, so why did I fall madly in love with her? I was pathetic. I hung up the phone.
Did you ever hear from her again?
I heard from her lawyer. I received a cease and desist letter 2 weeks later saying I had no rights to the songs. I had been paid in full for my services. Attached was a Xerox copy of the $1,000 check I got at the beginning of the project. It failed to mention that I had given her $1,700. It also failed to mention that I wrote the songs, played bass, drums, and keyboards on them, recorded and produced them.
Wow.
They were her songs.
That girl was evil.
Maybe, but I didn't see it. It was all my fault. The whole thing is my fault. The experience really rattled me. I couldn't fall asleep at night. You know what the worst part was? As I lay in bed, all I could think about was Tashi and how I had treated her.
Oh?
Susan, did fate pay me back?
Yes.
Cold. Very cold, sister.
Well, you got what you deserve. And may I ask, I think we're all wondering what happened to Julie. Did she
Yes.
become this big star?
No, she fell on her face.
Oh.
She's a receptionist at a doctor's office in Connecticut, and she's 50 pounds heavier.
Owen, I'm going to ask you a question my parents used to pose to me. What did you learn from that experience?
I learned that I'm an idiot.
Well, yeah. But what else did you learn?
I know going forward that I want to live a life of laughter and forgetting. Me and my lady friend, we're not perfect, and we're rarely sober, but no one's getting hurt.